Girls Muscle. Meet the female bodybuilders who conquered trucking and fitness. In the sprawling heart of America, where highways stretch across the plains like veins of opportunity, a unique group of women was about to embark on an extraordinary journey. They were bodybuilders, powerful, fierce, and unapologetic. But now they were also truck drivers, navigating the vast roads in their massive rigs, all in pursuit of a dream that would shatter stereotypes and create a legacy of their own. The group, known as the Protein Club, consisted of 4 women from different corners of the United States. Their paths had crossed in the gym, but now their destinies were tied by the open road, the hum of engines, and their shared vision of empowerment. Jenna had always been the strongest woman in the room. A former competitive bodybuilder from Texas, her sculpted physique was her pride. But after years of grueling workouts and competitions, she found herself standing at a crossroads. The sponsorships dried up, the competition grew younger, and the gym business became more about quick fixes than real dedication. She needed a change. Enter the Protein Club, a collective of women who, like Jenna, were grappling with fading glory in the world of bodybuilding. Among them was Ashley, a former champion from California, who had turned to the truck driving industry when she could no longer afford to live solely off sponsorships. There was also Tasha, a powerhouse from Florida who had once dreamed of opening her own fitness center, but had lost her gym to a series of unfortunate circumstances. And then there was Nina, a brilliant strategist from New York, who had seen the financial potential in the trucking industry and convinced the others to join her in a fresh start. Together, they decided to trade their gym routines for the long hours of the road, becoming truck drivers. But they weren't going to be just any drivers. They were determined to prove that women could dominate this traditionally male-dominated profession. Chapter 2, Road Warriors. The women quickly adapted to life on the road, adjusting to the solitary and sometimes exhausting hours behind the wheel. But for them, it was more than just driving. It was about challenging the world's expectations of women, especially women in the fitness industry. They had spent years proving their strength in bodybuilding, and now they had a new challenge: to show the world that women could thrive in the trucking industry too. Every evening after a long day of hauling freight across the country, they'd stop at truck stops and rest areas. There, they would set up their makeshift gym, using their rigs as a foundation for strength training. They lifted weights made from whatever they could find: chains, tires, and barrels filled with sand. They'd train together, pushing each other to new limits, even as they worked to keep their fitness at its peak, despite the demands of their new careers. "Another set, Jenna, push!" Ashley shouted, her voice a mixture of encouragement and challenge. Jenna, sweat dripping down her face, lifted the barbell with sheer willpower. The simple acts of squatting, deadlifting, and pressing became metaphors for their lives. Every rep, every mile they drove, symbolized the strength they had built over years of dedication and sacrifice. It wasn't just the lifting that kept them motivated. Between their stops, they began attending local fitness competitions, entering themselves into bodybuilding and strength contests. These events were a way to stay connected to their roots, to remind themselves of the power they once held in the gym. But more importantly, it gave them a platform. Their unique lifestyle, being truck-driving bodybuilders, caught the attention of local media, inspiring countless women who had never imagined that a life of strength and trucking could be a reality for them. Despite the trials of the open road, the Protein Club was united by a common dream. They wanted to open their own gym, a gym specifically for women. It would be a place where they could mentor and inspire other women to break free from societal expectations and stereotypes. A gym where strength, determination, and resilience were the only things that mattered. "We're not just trucking and lifting," Nina said one night as they sat around a fire near a rest stop in the middle of nowhere. "We're building a brand. We're building a movement." The idea of their own gym grew into something more, a sanctuary for women who wanted to reclaim their power, no matter where they came from. But the journey wasn't going to be easy. They needed money to start the gym, and their only source of income was the truck driving business. It was Ashley who came up with the idea to host charity events in cities along their routes. We'll do strength demonstrations and bodybuilding competitions. We'll invite women from all over to join us to show them that they can be strong, independent, and confident just like we are, she said, her eyes shining with excitement. Their first event in Dallas was a gamble. They set up an outdoor stage, a small booth where they sold branded protein shakes and merchandise, and a demonstration area for lifting. The local media had caught wind of the event, and before they knew it, reporters were interviewing them on live TV. "You're all truck drivers?" a reporter asked Jenna, her eyes wide in disbelief. "Yeah, we drive 18-wheelers and lift weights," Jenna replied with a grin. "And we do it to prove a point, that women can do anything they set their minds to." The event was a success, attracting a crowd of women who were curious, inspired, and eager to learn more. By the end of the weekend, the Protein Club had raised enough money to start their first gym in Dallas, which they named Strength and Sisterhood. With the gym finally opened, the women began to shift their focus. They still drove trucks, but now they had a place to share their knowledge and experience with other women. The gym became a hub of empowerment, where women from all walks of life came together to learn, grow, and become stronger. It was more than just physical strength that they taught. It was mental toughness, resilience, and the belief that nothing was impossible. As the gym flourished, the Protein Club's mission expanded. They started a nonprofit that offered scholarships to young women interested in bodybuilding and fitness. They also began collaborating with other women in male-dominated industries, creating a network of empowerment that stretched far beyond the confines of the gym. Years had passed since their first event, and the Protein Club had become a household name. But their greatest challenge lay ahead, expanding their gym network across the country. With a growing family of strong, supportive women, they knew they had to keep pushing forward. One fateful evening, as they drove across a lonely stretch of highway in Montana, Jenna turned to her friends. "We did it," she said, her voice filled with pride. "We proved to the world that women can drive, lift, and conquer whatever they set their minds to." And so the journey continued, with the Protein Club growing stronger, 1 mile and 1 rep at a time. Their message was clear. Strength was not defined by gender, and women could do it all. As their rig rolled through the night, the lights of the highway stretched out before them, a symbol of the endless road ahead. The Protein Club had become more than just a gym or a truck driving team. It had become a legacy, one that would inspire generations of women to come.